People who are not successful are not people who set their goal too high and missed it. They're people who set their goal too low and they hit it. When you set your goals low, you'll obtain them. You want to make $10,000? I can make $10,000 in a month. You want to make $100,000? You got to set your goal for that. I plan on being a millionaire within 5 years. Now, if I'm not a millionaire in 5 years, I guarantee you I will be farther on the way than most people my age, because I set that goal up there.
Hey guys, what's going on? On April 1st, 2015, I gave a speech in front of a class of young entrepreneurs, and that was the first time that I ever publicly stated that I planned on being a millionaire. And I said that I would do it within the next 5 years. Well, got an update for you. Alright guys, so there's a lot that I want to get across in this video, so I'm just going to jump right into it, right? So, I've been saying for a while that I'm planning on being a millionaire, and I'm trying to do everything that I can come up with to get there. So, right now, I'm holding in my hand $40,000. Now, I thought 40 grand would be a hell of a lot, like, bigger than this, but it's not, apparently, right? The first thing that I want to get across though, this is a really unwieldy amount of money to be holding. What I really want to get across, first and foremost, very, very important to me, don't confuse me with people on YouTube trying to throw their money around and trying to come across like they're big shots or anything like that, okay? I'm fully aware that I'm not a big shot, right? Second, don't confuse me with the Instagram tools that take pictures of their cash and they're like, oh, I'm so fucking cool. That's not me either. So the reason that I have this, and I'm using it almost like as a prop with this video, has a multitude of reasons to it, right? So I went to the bank and I pulled out the money. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you're fully aware that I didn't have very much. If you go back, a year or so, right? I believe on this exact date, 1 year ago, I think I had $700. I'm pretty sure that's about all I had. Now, I shot a video on October something. I wonder if I wrote it down. I didn't. So whatever, I shot a video on October, I think it was October 25th. It's the video that I have that's called You Choose the Rat Race, right? Put your freedom units to work or something like that. So I shot that video, and at that time I had $2,000. And in that video, I talked about how, it's so crazy because if anybody actually knew me, the reason behind me in that video, you always saw those slats, right? The wooden slats, because it was like a brown background in a lot of my older videos. That was the porch that I was living on. Now, it was enclosed. It wasn't like a nasty porch or anything like that. But that was the porch that I was living on. It was cold as fuck in the winter. It was hot as fuck, hot as balls in the summer. And it was a really miserable time for me, living there. So I shot that video and I had $2,000 and I invested in this company, which I'll get into in a little bit. That is not where this money came from, okay? Now, the reason that I'm holding this money is pretty much to show you proof that, first off, I have it. Now, you could believe that I borrowed this from somebody. I don't really give a shit. You could believe whatever you want. I pulled this money out of the bank. I just got back from the bank. And the reason that I pulled it out is that I wanted to have a physical rendition of how far I've come in the last year. Now, again, I know this is 40 grand, okay? This can't even buy a brand new Ford Raptor truck. I'm fully aware of this, right? I want to have this not only for me, because to be honest with you, I'm going to deposit this right back at the bank once I put this video on YouTube. I wanted to have this because the goal of the videos that I put on this channel, guys, I don't have anything to sell you, okay? Not yet anyway. I mean, maybe in the future, I plan on doing something, you know, and having maybe a clothing line or stuff like that. But guys, I don't have anything to sell you, okay? I don't have a program. I don't have give me money for this, that, and the third. I don't have anything like that. The reason that I put these videos up, and make no mistake, I don't make any money off of doing YouTube right now. I think I've made $10 since starting in like 2014 or something like that, right? I don't have a ton of subscribers right now. I make these videos and I want to get this specifically for you guys. Now, as I said, I have nothing to sell you. The only thing I want you to buy into is I want you guys to believe in yourself, okay? So in this video, I'm going to talk about where this came from and what I'm doing to continue and you know, get what I want out of life and continue on my journey, right? My millionaire journey, because I'm only a percentage of the way there. So if you have been following me, and if you haven't, you can go check out my past videos. I fell on extremely hard times after my business fell through. I had the mental breakdown, I lost the house, I didn't own the house, by the way, I was renting it, but I lost everything that I basically had and landed back with my folks, right? And there wasn't enough room for me in the house, so I was living on the porch. And then, you know, my folks went through a divorce, and there was a lot of volatility in that house. It was not a healthy environment. The reason that I'm holding this in my hand for this video, I make these videos for you guys literally from the heart. I know some people like my videos, some people don't, but I make these videos because I look around the world and I see so much wasted potential, so many people who are hurting, so many people who are lost, so many people who don't go for what they want to do. But most of all, what I see is people who are constantly escaping in one way, shape, or form or another. They're constantly escaping from a life they don't want to live. And the number one thing that I see is people don't believe in themselves. Now, I follow a lot of people, right? I follow Grant Cardone and Gary Vaynerchuk and Elliot Hulse and Greg Plitt, even though he's passed away, and Rich Piana, even though he's passed away as well. The thing with all these people that I come to find, every single one of them is already successful. Every single one of them is already at the pinnacle of where they want to be, or are way up there, okay? We'll put it like that. They're way up there. They're way on their success journey. And something that I always found, even in my inner circles of talking with people and such, friends of mine, a lot of my friends, or a lot of the people that I speak with, constantly say, oh, that's them, that can't be me because of this, and this. Oh, that's them because of whatever, or they were handed it, or they were born into it, or, oh, he had this product, or he had the... And it's mind-numbingly frustrating to me to see all these people downplayed who really are self-made successes, because you're looking at the final product. All you people who watch those videos, including myself, we look at the final product and we don't see what are the struggles that this person went through to get there. Some of which I'm going to get into in this video for myself. What are the struggles that they went through? And the reason that I think personally that is so important for people to see the struggles, this is fucking falling all over the place. The reason that I think it's so important for people to see the struggles is, you know what people see? They see Floyd Mayweather sitting with $1 million like surrounding him, or whatever the hell he does, or his jets, or this, that, and the other. And I'm not downplaying him at all, but regardless if you like him or not, the amount of time he spent in a gym, the amount of time that he put in to hard workouts and crazy times of probably not seeing friends and family and getting the shit kicked out of him, you know, growing up or this, that, and the other, and like getting beat up in the ring and getting hit or winning or losing or this. It's hard to get across to people what becoming successful really takes, because we all see the final product and we go, oh, well, fuck, how the hell do I get there? So the thing is, guys, I know I don't shoot a lot of videos. I know I don't put a lot here on YouTube. One day I plan to. This YouTube channel is not just dedicated to me becoming successful. This YouTube channel is really whatever the fuck's going on in my mind at that time, right? But a lot of what I share is about success or becoming successful in one way, shape, or form. The reason that I don't put out a lot of videos is because, honestly, I'm fucking busy. I'm busy climbing the success ladder in many areas of my life. And I've had a lot of personal stuff go on that is both good and bad. And I don't put up a lot of videos because, plain and simple, I just don't have the time to do it. But I do put up a video from time to time because I like to check in with you guys and just throw up a video and just say, hey, this is where I'm at, and I'm very transparent with where I am. When I was on the porch, I said I was on the porch. Like now, I actually am renting a condo. That's where I live currently, and this place is fucking awesome. I'll definitely show it to you sometime. But I put these videos out there, both for people to watch me now and to understand that I am not successful right now. This, guys, this is not success. Okay, this is paper. People kill themselves over this fucking paper. But this amount is not successful. Okay, people who are throwing their money around and they're really broke and all that kind of stuff, that's not success. Okay, this is not the level of success I'm trying to get to. But what I am trying to make this video for is to say, look at me. I am not successful right now. In the last year, I've been able to get my credit right. I've been able to pay off a ton of things. I've been able to move out of the very volatile situation of where I was, where unfortunately there was a lot of nasty emotional abuse that would take place and verbal abuse. I have dealt with many things that had to be overcome. And the reason that I'm making this video, like fucking broken record, is that I want you guys to see where I came from. Because if you go back to just a little bit over a year, I was driving around in a vehicle without insurance. And that vehicle, that truck, caught fire on the side of the fucking road. And, well, it wasn't like a huge flame, but the point is I was sitting on the side of the road wanting to be successful. More than anything, I wanted to be free. That's why I want, to have a certain amount of money so much, or a certain amount of income coming in. I want to be free. I want to be free to do what I want when I want to do it. It's not that I want to be a lazy fuck and not do anything with my life. It's because I literally want to do the things that make me happy, make me fulfilled. And I'm sitting there on the side of the highway hoping that a cop doesn't pull up as I'm trying to put out what's going on under the hood, and I'm sitting there on the side of the highway with no insurance. I think I had something like $40. Like, this is literally me. If you go back a year and about 3 months, that's where I was. Sitting there on the side of the highway with absolutely nothing. And now I'm holding 40 grand. And I just wanted this to be like a round number. I have like another 4 grand in the bank. But that's all the money I have, guys. I'm super fucking transparent with you guys. I tell you the truth. I want you to know where I am, and I want you to see where I'm going. So at the end of the day, the reason that I'm making this video and the reason I put up a video from time to time for you guys, I want you guys to see that it can be done. I want you guys to see that your lives can change. And I want you to see that whatever it is that you want, there's no promise that what you want is going to come today or tomorrow or next year. Okay? I've spent a year recovering, basically, from all the shit that has gone on in my life. I've spent a year trying to get my life together and to heal from a lot of the damage that has happened. And I know that just in my short time being here, I'm now 30 years old, just in my short time being here, I have seen so many people in pain, so many people who are sick, so many people who have real shit going on. People who have had kids with somebody who beats them and they can't call the cops on the person because that person is supporting them in their household. I've seen people assaulted. I know of a woman personally who her ex-boyfriend threw her out of a car, a moving car, and she broke her spine. It split. And now she's unable to walk. But you know what she's doing? Trying to go to the gym because she's always had a goal of becoming a fitness bodybuilder and this, that, and the other. You know what? It's heartbreaking what happened to her, but she's fucking trying. So I make these videos for you guys as encouragement. And I want you guys to know what's going on to a certain extent in my life so that you guys can look at your lives, and maybe your lives are worse than mine. I don't know. Maybe your lives are better than mine, you know? I'm pretty sure we could all guarantee that our lives are better than some kid licking a puddle halfway across the world because it's a true third world country with real problems. Not that your iPhone wouldn't charge, but real fucking problems. We all kind of live in heaven compared to where that kid's at, right? Can we agree on that? But what I want to say is that I make these videos to encourage you guys because I want, if anybody sees me in the future and sees the level of success that I get to, or that I'm or maybe I'd never become anything. I mean, I don't fucking know. Who knows, right? But if I do, I want people to be able to look back and go, okay, this is where this guy came from. Oh, this wasn't handed to him. Oh, he didn't just magically, figure things out and just, no, fucking multimillionaire. That's not how it happens, right? Not for most people. It's not a lottery ticket. Life is not a scratch-off, typically. So that's the purpose of me going and getting this. And the reason that I chose today to make this video is because I'm probably not going to see this amount of cash in hand again for a very, very long time. I'm going to be depositing this money and I'm going to be spreading it out into a few different investments that I've been checking out for a while. All of this will probably be invested. I'm not touching that $4,000. That's like a little bit of a cushion. All of this will probably be invested in various areas probably within about 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure of what I'm going to be investing in. I just do a little bit more research. So anyways, at the end of the day, what this video is for, I want to encourage you guys, because I tell you the truth, if I can do it, you can do it. All right? And that's very important to me, to try to leave a trail of breadcrumbs for you, to try to come along and just be like, okay, well, I'm struggling today and I've got this going on, or my parents kicked me out, or my girlfriend just broke up with me, or like this, that, and the other. And like all these life struggles that we have, they can be overcome. And that's very important for me to like get across to you guys and show you that life can change. That's why I make these videos. That's why I just took this money out from the bank. I'm sorry you missed your chance to rob me, because by the time you see this, this is going to be back in the bank. But so let's get down to it. In the last, I got my little cheat sheet here of what I want to go over with you. So again, I'm just making this video because most of the time you see people who are super successful and you don't see that they ever weren't. It's hard to believe how bad things were. So I wanted you guys to see a physical rendition of my progress for you. So right now, I had said on April 1st, 2015, that I want to be a millionaire, and I want to be a millionaire in 5 years, right? So as of today, and I have to be a millionaire by April 1st, 2020, if I'm going to be there. Ironically, that's April Fool's Day. Could I have picked a worse fucking day to like say I'm going to do this? I gotcha. So anyways, that's 40 grand, so that's 4%, right? So I'm 4% of the way there. Now, you guys remember that other video that I made about you choose the rat race, and I have that $2,000 next to me? I was like moving on the couch and I was talking about what people would typically spend this on. They would buy shoes, they would buy a supercharger, they would buy this, they would buy that, and instead of buying anything, I was gonna invest in my buddy's company. Well, I did invest in my buddy's company, and now I could talk a little bit more freely about it because it now is, it's not publicly traded, but it is, it's grown, it's live. I'm still adhering to some of the non-disclosures, but I can speak about some of it. So the company is actually called Aced My Interview. You can look them up right online. Now that company, when I invested, that $2,000 that you had seen in that video bought 1% of that company. The company was evaluated at $200,000. Now that means I own 1% for $2 grand, okay? Since that time, I invested that money last year, I think in October. And as of right now, which today is November 9th, 2017, right now that company has been evaluated for $5 million. So are they massive? No. But they have had some sales, they're gaining some traction, right? They're going places, and they have another round. Investing works on rounds, right? So what I want to say is that $2,000 that I put into there last October, it's equally dilutable shares, which basically means with every round of investing, when they raise the price of the company, they can dilute my shares somewhat, right? So at this point, the way that the money works out, that $2,000 that I put into there is worth a ballpark, I don't know the exact, but a ballpark of $46,000 to $48,000, which is a fucking killer ass return. Now, so if you take that and you add it to this, let's just round up a little bit, okay? So I'm literally, with that $4 grand in the bank, I'm literally at about 10% of my goal. So 10% right now, I basically am valued at $100,000, right? Now, that's in 1 year's of progress. I have a long way to go if by April 1st of 2020, I'll hit the millionaire mark of basically having a net worth of $1 million, right? So I just wanted to say what had happened with that. Now, as to what happened and why I have that much right now, right? So this year, last year, I had started in a company that is, it's a very well-paying company if you do your job. Now, the type of company that typically scares people away is one that pays on a commission only, because people are like, whoa, I don't want commission only, because if I get commission only, well then, what if I don't sell anything? Or what if I don't do this? Or what if I don't do that? And it's a valid fear. However, at the end of the day, if you examine the commission structure and you take a look at the company, its integrity, its morals, its values, it's this, it's that. If you take a look at all these key points with a company and it all checks out, well, the worst thing that happens is you go in and you fail and you make no money. So you go in, you fail, and you go back to bartending or waitressing or I don't know, selling cars or doing whatever the hell you were doing before instead of just a commissions only job. Fine. I think some car dealerships are commission only, but bear with me. So the point is, a commission only job only scares away fearful people who do not believe in themselves, and that's basically it. People who don't believe in themselves. The only reason to not do a commission-based job is because you're truly a lazy person. Okay? Now, bear with me. I'm not saying everybody who doesn't do a commission-only job is a lazy person. All right, let's stay somewhat politically correct here. What I'm saying is that if you go into trying to make real money in life, I've only found a few ways to do it. Be a really, really good salesman, own a business, patent a product, invest. I really don't know of any other way to become relatively financially stable, right? So what I'm talking about is that there's a lot of people who won't do commission only because they don't plan on really working hard. Not everybody is lazy who won't do that, okay? Who won't do a commission only job. Because a commission only job literally pays you for doing your job. So if you plan on doing your job and you plan on doing it well, a commission only job is phenomenal for you. Commission only jobs typically have tiers, right? They'll pay you a certain amount if you hit this number. They'll pay you more if you hit this number. They'll pay you more, da-da-da. One of the most important things to keep in mind with a commission only job is that, or a commission only business, is you want to make sure that they are on the up and up. You don't want to work for a place with limited integrity. Anyways, I found a commission-based only job that I happen to be very good at. And this year, if all goes well, we're in November right now, November 9th, I should clear $200,000 this year. That should be what I'm able to make with it, right? Now, before you guys go, oh, well, that's why, oh, this and that. When I started this job, could barely afford insurance. I took a commission-only job with no fucking cushion. I was very sick. I had a lot of health problems, some of which I still have. Unfortunately, I wasn't just dealing with leaky gut. I was actually dealing with some viral issues. I was dealing with PTSD. I can get into that kind of stuff in another video to where my PTSD comes from and where, you know, the anxiety issues and all that kind of stuff. I can get into where that comes from. I was extremely depressed. I was having a lot of trouble with many different things. And this job is hard as fuck. Okay? With that said, I was able to rise to the occasion and to make things work. I tried very, very hard. I worked from morning till night sometimes. The longest day I think I ever had was around 20 hours. I networked. I went out in the mornings. I went out at nights. I went out in the afternoon. I skipped lunches. I stayed up. I traveled. I did anything and everything it took to try to rise in this company. And in the last year, I was able to go, I basically, if you add it all up, including pay raises and position raises, I was able to get promoted. I know it's 7, but it might be 8 times. And I'm now actually a manager there. And I'm doing pretty well, and I love the company, and I love the people who I work with, and I'm compensated very well. Now the thing is that the reason I only have 40 grand while making 200,000 is because, guys, I was really in the fucking hole. There's a lot of people who are in debt who just keep doing what they're doing. I was in debt and said, I gotta make this shit happen. I gotta get out. So the reason that I only have 40 grand sitting there is because I've paid off a ton of fucking debts. I got this place, which was very important for my mental well-being. I did buy myself 2 toys. I bought myself an ATV and a stunt bike. The only 2 things I bought, I think in total it came to like 6 grand. Those are the biggest things I bought for myself. Beyond that, it's doctor's bills and trying to go to this treatment, trying to check this out, trying to take care of myself, eating organic, doing anything and everything that I could pay for to put good things into my body, to cleanse myself, to do this, to do that. This last year has not been easy, all right? Major difficulty sleeping a lot of times. I would wake up, I'd have nightmares, I'd have all these different types of stuff. PTSD is no fucking joke, and on more stressful occasions, PTSD can flare up, right? And it fucks with you. Through all of that, I was able to make this money, right? If you want to become successful, you have to be willing to do what most won't. Because if you want what most can't have, or what most don't have, you got to do not what they're doing. good rule of thumb for anything out there. If a lot of people are doing it, don't fucking do it. So anyways, I worked my ass off at this company. I got this money now. Now I am looking to basically put every dollar that you see there, I am not keeping. None of it. I'm going to drop it off at the bank tonight, and I am going to invest in one of the areas that I'm curious about is Bitcoin. I've almost made my decision as to whether or not I'm going to invest in Bitcoin. And not just Bitcoin, but there's something that I'm looking at in terms of BitConnect. I'm not sure if I believe in it yet. I'm just checking these things out. Another place that I spent my money this year. I dropped about $13,000. It's the most money I ever spent in one place. I spent $13,000 going half and half with a buddy of mine to invest in Legacy Education, which is affiliated, I believe, with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Legacy Education, the specific niche I went for was to learn about the stock market. Ironically, I said that I didn't believe in the stock market a year ago in that video about the rat race. Well, times change. In terms of believing in the stock market, it's not that I necessarily believe in it, because to me it's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. But in the stock market, you don't have to buy something and wait till it goes up and sell, and that's how you make money in it. That's not how you make money in the markets. That's how people who don't know what they're doing hope to make money in the market. You can make money in the market when the market goes down. You can make money by not even owning a stock. In something called a naked put, you can rent out your stock with covered calls. You can do things called iron condors, which is you basically have a sell up here and a sell down here, and you're kind of renting out the stock. I'm not going to get into what this really means. Just understand there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the stock market. And since the time of me making the last video, I checked this stuff out and I paid to get an education on it. So some of the money might be going to Bitcoin, some of it might be going into different stocks and such, and to be able to do what's called cash flowing on the stocks, meaning you could buy a stock and then rent it out to somebody else in what's called an option, or a covered call, which is they purchase the option to do it. The purpose of making these videos, guys, is to show you the journey of which I'm on. That's the purpose of it. And I learned things that will probably contradict some things I said in the past. But I'm just leaving breadcrumbs for you guys to follow, for you guys to try to believe in yourselves as well as you go along this journey. So that's another place where I spent my money. Beyond that, I don't really buy stupid shit. I did buy a PlayStation. This entire year, I think I've bought some of the least stupid shit that I've ever bought in my life. Because if it doesn't coincide with my goal, why am I doing it? Now, why did I buy the ATV? Why did I buy the stunt bike? Well, I wanted to buy those things because I wanted to basically have some fun, because I realized how unbalanced I was as a man in my life, or as a person. I was so unbalanced because all I was doing was trying to make money, trying to learn about investing, I was pushing away friends, family, everybody under the sun, because I just, in my head, I was like, just fucking get free. Like, how do I get free? And you know what I found is that just doesn't work for me. And I think on the journey as to where you guys want to get to, you're going to learn and understand that sometimes what works for this guy does not work for you. Like, if you look into self-development, you're going to find all different self-development teachers telling you all different things under the fucking sun. You need to do what works for you. If doing rituals like Tony Robbins works for you, fucking do it. If laying your clothes out the night before like Alex Becker does, fucking do it. If doing steroids works for you and fucking getting all hyped up on life and going to bodybuilding and then going to crush your goals, in the workplace works for you, fucking go and do it. You're the one who judges yourself in life, okay? Fuck what anybody else is thinking. So, at the end of the day, guys, like, what I'm trying to say is that I just want you guys to see that there is no straight route to success. There is no straight line. It is a really fucked up, good things, bad things, everything's all over the place. You get turned around, you accidentally have a kid, your fucking foot falls off. It doesn't even make sense, but it could happen. Who knows? Shit happens. And people forget that in life. And when that shit happens, when that real obstacle shows up, that's when you find out who people really are. Are they gonna keep going, or are they gonna give the fuck up? Because that shit happens, and it's going to happen. There's gonna be someone close to you that dies. You're gonna lose a parent, you're gonna lose a kid. Your business is gonna shut down, like mine. One day I'll tell the story, because my business got destroyed from the inside by a guy who I trusted, and he purposely did it because he wanted my location. You're gonna have crazy stuff go on, guys. And anybody who tells you anything differently is a fucking moron, and they don't know what they're talking about. So, for me, I spent my money on that quad and that stunt bike because I want to have some fun. Because all work and no play made Josh a dull boy. I needed to laugh more, I needed to have fun, I needed to go riding, I needed to stunt, do wheelies, do whatever it did. I don't know, go 100 miles an hour in a fucking wheelie. Like, I just needed to have some fun again. So, because I found I was so unbalanced. I can't do the Gary Vaynerchuk day. I can't work from sun up till sundown. I become a miserable prick. But at the same time, there's always this line. Like, there's always this line that you're on. You know where you want to get to. You remind yourself daily. Put pictures up on the wall, whatever it takes to remind you. And you deviate, and you come back to the line. And you deviate, you come back to the line. But you always want to be going down towards the goal. That's what's important, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else to tell you guys. So I also was fixing my credit, right? And I've been looking into real estate. Now, the last thing I want to do is diversify too quick, right? Because at the end of the day, that is only 40 grand. That's a down payment on a house, right? On a big house if I wanted one, which I don't right now. So I got to be smart with it, right? It's a good problem to have. It's a way better problem to have than I had a year or two ago when I had nothing, and my problem was, shit, can I eat tonight, right? So trying to figure out where exactly to invest it. Like I said, Bitcoin attracts me. The stocks I'm curious about, because once you really understand like the calculations and such, you can understand what your probability of coming out on top is. Check out Legacy Education. You guys might like it. I'm not affiliated. Real estate is the other place that I've been curious about. So fixing my credit. Also meeting with real estate brokers. Real estate people. Property managers and real estate people and real estate investors. Just getting their ideas and such, right? I take tons of people out to lunch all the time just because I want to learn from them. I just pick their brains. So real estate is an area that I've been curious about, possibly investing in. Now, I have not made any moves yet. In the next 2 weeks is probably when I'm going to actually make a move. And I can't promise you I'm going to make you a video when I do. But what is important to me is to show you guys before I'm successful what it is that I'm doing. I kid you not, I even looked into buying a horse. Why did I look into buying a horse? Because they get shipped over here from Germany, and they get here, and they're worth thousands of dollars more than they were in Germany. So they get shipped over here, the horse arrives, they're worth thousands more, you give them to a trainer, they train the horse, and they sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even if you bought them for 15 grand, and you just train them, which with everything and the feed and horseshoes and lodging and this, that, and the other might come to like $30,000. And then you sell this thing for like 150 grand, 300 grand, $1 million, whatever the fucking breed is. I even looked into buying a horse, okay? What I did in the time of building up my TAW, which I talked about in that other video, which is the marble that you throw at the game of life, you know, or marbles, to make an impact and do what you want to do. While building this TAW up, I bided my time and I looked into all these different investment opportunities. And are investments dangerous? Yeah, they are. There's no guarantee on any of them. My buddy's business could go to shit because I can't technically pull that $46,000, $48,000 out right now because it's not publicly traded. So I can't really pull it out unless someone's willing to buy that from me right now, right? There are risks to everything. But to me, the biggest risk in life that I see is people who don't try. And I'm making these videos and I'm making this channel right now in part to share my ideas with the world, but in the other part to encourage you guys. I want you to all know that you can do it, because like I said before, if I can do it, you can do it. I don't know what it is you guys want. Maybe your goals are not financial. Maybe your goals are with your body. Maybe your goals are with music. Maybe your goals are with, I don't know, going to Mars or the moon. I have no clue. But I make these videos, guys, with you because I make these videos from the heart. I really do. I try to be as genuine as I can in them. I try to tell you the truth about things. I try to be really fucking transparent. And I want to somehow impact this world to be a better place while making the life that I want to actually live as well. So that's about it for the Millionaire update. If you watch this video all the way through, God bless you. I'm very long-winded. But I would encourage you to subscribe. I don't make videos super often or anything like that, but I promise you I will be back with another update, or I will post some thoughts about things, or I will definitely be coming back. So please like the video. I appreciate any support you guys have. Share it with anybody who needs to hear this kind of information or this kind of encouragement. And I wish you guys the best of luck. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you guys the best of luck on obtaining what it is that you want and getting all your goals fulfilled. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon. The only thing I want you to buy into is I want you guys to believe in yourself.